Welcome everyone to the live stream. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Just putting together my sand and gravel supplier. Keep an eye out for the terror that we call Morty the little kitten. Carnage has ensued. So whoever's on the live stream, say hello and let me know you're there. And start cracking on with it. So have a look at the chat. Hey Dan. How are you? I'll get in a better spot here so I can see what's going to happen. Righty-ho. Go out. Hope everybody's having a good weekend or start of the weekend wherever they are. There'll be Saturday here, so there'll be a few people over overseas that the weekend hasn't started yet. It's all good. Righty-ho. Let's get a loco running. Well, I've just got got the older cat in here at the moment as well, so there just could be just absolute carnage. You can probably hear her in the background. Let's get the little kitten. That's all she seems to do is hiss at him for no apparent reason. But I thought I'd just do some switching around, show you the new lighting setup and the new back scene here at the sand and gravel supply. So if you guys can hear me, just say hello in the chat there, just to make sure everything's running fine. New wagon just arrived yesterday. The well car, and Flossie's saying hello to. Yeah, it is Scott. Yeah, the new only thing I'm not very happy about is just one stirrup missing on the handbrake side. So I'm not So I contacted the seller and told him about that. So we'll see how we go. But just doing a little bit of switching here. I don't know if you can hear the little, oh, it's not little, Flossie in the background. I've got two cats. One Floss, she's an older cat, she's a tortoiseshell. Then we've just got a little cat called Morty, who's a tabby, and he's basically a little kitten, and he loves winding her up. So today I'm just using a GP38, I think it is. I'm probably wrong. GP38, GP40 anyway. Just doing some switching with it. It's just an Atlas model, so they're really nice models. So not the one I got off JJ. This is a different one. Coming into here to. I reckon the lighting thing has worked out quite well. There we go. Here's a so we'll go back and pick up that rail box car there and bring that back into the yard as well. So for those followers, you would have seen the new back scene up over there. It's quite makes it quite good. It actually works as in two things. It gives it a good background area when you're sitting down, and then also when you stand it up, it sits up on its own. Yeah, I bet you can't wait to get back to your layout. And again, Scott. Yeah, so this one's going pretty good. Straight into it, switched it on, the way it goes, no problems at all. So, yet, famous last words. But you know, that wagon was a good deal, so I picked it up. So I can't complain too much. But I don't know what I'm going to put on it though. I might actually do that as a pole, or a pole or something. What should that wagon have on it? Yeah, I'm a wee bit away from the camera, so I can't see the chat. So, what do you guys want to see today? I've got a little bit of operations here going on, but not many people have seen the sand and gravel supply. I suppose I can push this into the steel supply. Come on now. There we go. So I'll just do a little bit of run around move. Yeah, I could leave it empty, Scott. Yeah. Yeah, we could leave it empty. I'll run around these wagons. I'll go pick up some I've got some coil wagons in the steel supply, so we could always do that. So we'll just it's just hard because the runaround only has enough for one, just the loco, so we'll see what we can do. Let's just run around now. 3 people watching and 1 like. That's awesome. I think I've actually got to mark this up actually. that's all right. Ooh. Bit of a track, a bit of a clean up there. Hey Floss. Dirty up in there. Carnage. Like that. There we go. Perfect. Let's pick up that wig in there. Bring it into here. Right. Chuck it down like that. Hi Floyd. Hey Dwight, how are you? So yeah, just a little bit of a live stream, show you what I've been up to. New little wig in there, and we'll go through the sand and gravel supplier over here. So there's the AIM sand and gravel with the new back seat on it. Just finished switching up in there. As you probably saw just before, I've still got to get used to what way the points got to go to make it run the way it should. But that's coming together quite nicely. And there's going to be the little area there, that's where the portaloo's going to go, and the pipes and bits and pieces are going to fit in there. So that'll tie that area up. I may still put a little bit in here to make it look a little bit better, but we'll see how we go. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with how it's going. Shaky camera work involved. So yeah, where are we now? Yeah, so I'll let's move this out of the road and I'll show you some of the 3D. Hey, closet branch. And the big cat's just gone outside, so no need for that. So I'll just take my top off. It's getting quite starting to warm up here in New Zealand. I say warm up into the double digits. So it's about time we so yeah, like I said, this is not the loco that I got from JJ. This is a different loco that I've got that I have. So let's clean out the track. I should have already done it for the live, shouldn't I? Would have made sense. But, right. So stop that there. So yeah, these are the 3D printed parts that I've got for the area. So I've got the portaloo there, and then the roof, how I was saying last, Floss, Morty, stop there please. And I've got the roof that I've filled up with some Tamiya putty just to get those ribs out. So I'll give that a prime and then I'll see how it goes. It should be fine. and then obviously the little pipes and stuff that are going to go into the area. So that should look quite good on that nice little bit. It's just that little triangle bit that's a bit of a pain that we were just talking about. So I'll bring the loco back along, but all in all, it's so what is everybody else up to? Oh, we've got a so yeah, as far as the locos go, I've got 4 locos now, so that would be more than enough, I would imagine, for what I need. I'll give you another view. We're going to go past the steel supplier. Everybody knows. Yeah, they're all like 3D printed. Well, they're supposed to be 3-meter pipes, so that's quite good. So you can probably hear in the background the little kittens playing havoc. I'm playing havoc. Yeah. And I think they were like 50 cents each, so you know, it weren't too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's bring the loco in, and like I said before, I think I stuffed it up. The switch move, which doesn't surprise me at least. So we'll go in grab my skewer. And I'll pick up my little derailer here and put him somewhere. I'll go pick up some coil wagons. So these wagons very rarely get moved. Because I do my switching on a sort of like a dice system. Yeah. Well, that's good, Scott. Yeah, we just had someone around to have a look at our roof, so it looks like we're going to have to get a re-roof at some stage very soon, which is alright. The house is it's not an old house, but it's just about that time it needs a new roof. Old iron roof. So 6 watching and 5 likes, that's good. So we'll show some of this carry on out of here. And we utilise the double slip, which would be quite good. So it's running reasonably well. So those steel coils in there are all 3D printed as well, not by me, but by the same company that did the Portaloo. The Portaloo. Thanks, Floyd. Yeah, they like I was just saying, they're all 3D printed, and I just painted them up, make them look like steel. So they're really nice. I chose not to put the banding on them because, in my eyes, the banding in this scale is be too out of scale for what I would like. So if it's going to be out of scale or going to look silly to me, I just don't bother putting it on it. So I think it looks alright. So yeah, so we'll switch this coil car in here. If you guys want to see any other part of part of the layout, just let me know, because remember this is just a small, this is just Scott Street Yard, so this is just a small portion of the layout. Push these in here. The flat car can go in there too, the depressed car can go in there too. Chuck them in here. Out there. These Atlas models are good models to use. I've got Atlas and Athearn. I find them both really good. I've only got 4-axle power, don't have the big 6-axle stuff. There's no need for 6-axle stuff on this. And little Morty's playing with my dice, so it's going to take me a long time to find out where they are after this. That's alright. We'll come back along, we'll pick up our coil car. We'll go back into the runaround area. So you can see the little crane and the little bits and pieces over there, so I've still got to do a lot of scenery work. But I just do it as I can when I can. I've got a little little cat to look after, so it makes it a little bit different, but it's alright. I'd sooner be, you know, playing around with him than coming in here. That's why I've got the door open, otherwise he'd be out there by himself, so I just have to suffer the consequences, if any. So now we gotta come back. Now we'll shoot over to the AIM sand and gravel, and we'll pick up that hopper again. That should be full by now. Now I'm not too sure about the speed and the yards and stuff, but it's getting we might pick up that and might change, give the locos a change. I'm using this layout's just straight DC, so it works for me perfectly fine. So we'll come back and we'll pick up the Wisconsin Central hopper. We'll take that out, put that somewhere, pass all the vehicles and bits and pieces. Yeah, as far as the layout goes, I'm pretty happy with it. Come in and pick up this. And then we'll shoot out. Let's just check the chat for a bit. Lorna Foods, possibly tank cars. I don't know. We'll go to. We'll see what we've got. We've got one tank car. So we'll go across and have a little look at that. So where we go over to. Let's find you way across over here. Let's turn this try and find the best way of showing you what I'm up to here. There we go. Cheers, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's when it comes to the scenery, I've only got three types of scenery. I'm going to use three scenery materials. Excuse me if I can't see your comments here. I'm just a wee bit out of the view, but it's yeah, 3 sets of scenery materials, and that's all I've ever used on this layout. That's going to be the first coat, and then I'll come back along and do another colour at some stage. So Central Targa Railway wants to see tank car action, so we'll zoom in. We'll have a look at tank car action. So you can see it's a wee bit far away, but this is alloy chemical. So and just to let you know, the derailleurs do work. Forgot there was one there. Anyway, back we go again. We'll pick up this little wagon here. It's a tank car with its, I don't know how many guys use those shaft couplers. I do. And they can be interesting. But every time I switch, I try and use a buffer car to make it look a little bit realistic. I mean, you don't have to, but it just makes it a little bit easier. So we'll stop and we'll chuck a little derailleur back on there. Perfect. And then we'll zoom around and you're about there. So all this stuff needs to be pulled back to Scott Street Yard. So I know it sounds a bit sort of cheesy, but this is just called Main Street Yard because this was originally the main part of the layout before I put on the 2 extra extension bits. It was always going to be this was what it was going to be, shelf layout. And sorry for the roly-polies there. So it was just going to be a shelf layout. Well, I was saying these were going to be just staging yards, clip-on sections. So, and then of course, like all model railroaders, you get carried away, and it ends up turning out to be bigger than what it was, what it needed to be. So, in the foreground there, you'll see a little truck and a little parking area. That's my transload facility there with the hopper and the centre beam. So while I'm down here, if those that don't know, the Central Targa Railway is my brother, Scott. So he wants to see some action down at Lorna Foods, which is on its own little clip-on section there. You can see the clamp just at the bottom left. So it's so I can take it down so my wife can get her crafts out of the door there. She does a lot of sewing and stuff, so I've got to make it easy to get off. So we'll bring out the old grain wagon, bring him into the siding, and we'll do some switching on that. And of course, little cat is running around like he does. So I'll just move this into here. This is sort of like, I'm quite proud of this area. It does look blue, but I'll try and. No, you're not going to jump up there, are you? Because that wouldn't be very wise. So that's with the lights off it. So, arts. No. So, alright, he wants to be behind the camera, or in front of the camera. No, we're not jumping up. Away we go. Right, we've got those hooked up and ready to go back to the yard. So, we'll look over here. This is where I've just been, obviously. You got your transload, which is made out of EVA foam or silly foam. So the wagons all run all perfectly on that. You got on your back there, you got your Lorna Foods. I possibly will put a little bag of back seat in there to hide the curtain. Art. So yeah, we'll go back across here. I'll turn the camera around and we'll have a talk about what else has been going on. So I've got everything picked up now, so we'll shoot back to Scott Street Yard, and you should be able to see the loco coming soon when I change the camera down and move my camera across. So you got to keep one eye on the whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Someone didn't switch the point. That's all good. Massive derailment. That's just why the camera wasn't on. That'd be really embarrassing. That's not me in the background either. That's Morty. Come on now. Yeah, you'd almost think it's the first time I've got up a wagon, wouldn't you? Right, got that sorted. Sorry about that, people. Sitting there in darkness. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, it's you know, he's over playing with what's he playing with at the moment? He's just, you know, he's just at that age where everything's fun and all that sort of stuff. Everything's, it seems to think everything's a big joke, which is alright. I don't mind. I love my pets and stuff like that. So now we're coming back into the yard. So we've got our hopper from Lorna Foods coming back, and then we've got our Simpson Lee Paper Company tank car coming back, and then we've got our Wisconsin hopper. So I'm really pleased I put this run around in. It makes things so much easier. So that's that. And because everybody wants to see the terror, there's the terror there. So he's having a good sniff about on there. He's gonna hop off now. He's gonna hop off now. out there. So yeah, as you can see, it's hard work. I'll just arts. Right, now we're not going to jump up anymore, are we? Yeah, it only happens on live streams. It would never jump up here. Right, I'm going to hold on here. Thanks, Floyd. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am quite pleased with the switching layout. It's as you can see, I've been going for 36 minutes now, and I've switched out a fair few cars. I've got a little Morty here. Troublesome. But anybody want to see any other bits and pieces? I'll bring the loco forward because I'm going to have to pack up the area. I could probably do that on... Pick up the area eventually. So yeah, that was carnage, wasn't it? Yeah. So what everybody else is up to this weekend? It's just the sort of start of the weekend now. Yeah, he does. He strikes again. And now he thinks it's funny that he's going to attack me with my little trucks and stuff. Yeah, that's alright. Like you can see, I'm not too concerned about. Not too concerned about it, are we, Morty? We're going to jump down there and we're going to be sensible. So when it comes to packing it all up, I'll show you how simple it is to pack it up. I'll take off our columns. And it all just goes over here and sits up on the top of the bench and stuff. It's all got to be still weathered in bits and pieces. So I have started doing the weathering process on it. But it all just uses a spigot and a hole system. So it all lines up every single time. So it's not too bad. That. So what we'll do next, we'll turn our one light off. And now, now I'm not moving anything. The mortinator is quieting down. Oh, let's just check the chat again. Thanks everybody for all the thumbs up and that. So essentially all it is just you got your rail joiners, you just pull them off. So, and then you just pull that out. And that's the back side of it. See the hole where the attaches? And I'll just sit up over here. Back over there. This goes behind the door. And it can be used with the door open or door shut. So if Morty gets too carried away, too high in catnip, Let's fix that up. And that's just got a little backing board on there, stops all the locos and stuff falling off. Put a little controller back, unplug our controller. Yeah, so I use a Gauge Master controller. It's a Gauge Master Combi. My brother put it on to me when I was over visiting him in Perth. They're really, really reliable controllers. So as I was saying before, I did do use dice for my operating sessions, but I guess I'll be finding some new dice, courtesy of Morty. Alright, there's one. That's alright. Yeah, chuck. Oh, let me go outside now. Everybody said hello to you. Yep, that's right. You're still attacking me, but that's alright. Oh! Yeah. So, little Morty just decided to give me a growl. So that's not ideal. So yeah, there's not much else I can really show you, really too much. What else have we got here? I suppose I can show some bits and pieces. So that's your alloy chemical, where I just shifted that tank wagon from. So that's everything in here can be all taken out and worked on. That's my little derailleurs there that we knew before. We've got a forklift in there, we've got our pallet racks in there. In this building, everything can be taken off, all this sort of stuff. At our abandoned warehouse, we've got our Ames sand and gravel I just put down there. We've got all our bits and bobs up there. We've got our Lorna Foods down there. So we'll switch the camera around. Jeepers creepers. So yeah, you guys got any other sort of questions or anything you want to know about we want to see anything else on the railway? I know it wasn't the most exciting operating session, but when you're trying to control a kitten and operate a railway at the same time, it just doesn't work that well. But yeah, like I said, that's the way it goes sometimes. Seeing I had to pick this back up again. These are just die-cast masters. Machinery bits and pieces, so it comes with different attachments for the front, but I just kept it with the bucket on. It does turn and you got the wheels and all that sort of carry on. Quite expensive models, but well worth it. I'd sooner spend a little bit extra, get a nice model than something I'm not quite happy with. As we're going to, you can sort of see the broken stirrup there that wasn't terribly impressed with, so yeah, like I said, I'll let the guy know, and he didn't really seem too concerned about it, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. So everybody's seen Morty now. Have a drink, my throat's dry from saying no to Morty all the time. A lot of people want to see my scratch building bits and pieces, so I'll eventually get onto some of that. Do some scratch building. Do some, when I say weathering, I'm not the greatest at weathering or anything like that. I'm not the greatest at anything really. So, oh, the track colour. It's just burnt umber. I mean, it's just, that's what the colour is on my track. That's all I use, is burnt umber. Just black and brown, any colour brown, and just spray it on. So that's how I get my colour for the whole entire layout. As you can see sort of behind me there. So it's, I've tried to make it look quite nice with the black area, the black fascia and stuff. Yeah, it was good smooth running. There's some parts there where I needed to clean the track, but that's all right. Apart from that. Next, the trade me buy. I don't know if I'll buy anything more. I don't know. That wagon, because I've got so many wagons now and so little space, and it's never going to be extended. The layout's never going to be extended, so I'm not going to buy any more. I say that, but if I find something nice, I'll buy it. But the press wagon was a little bit of a disappointment, but hey, it's only a stirrup, but I like to have things nice, so. I've shown people my my operating system and all that sort of stuff, so. Yeah, and getting back to the scenery, I don't use a static grass applicator. I just do, just stab it in bits and pieces. I'll sort of show you here what I'm sort of talking about in that sort of area there. You see the puddles that I've still got to do the airbrushing around the puddles, make it look, get that white stuff out, and I made the little wing walls, but that's just the scenery there. And like I said, I'll come back along and fix it all up, try and do it a bit better. Well, not better, but just add to it. Yeah, that's what it is now, Scott. It's facing the back scene. Yeah. But it's only 90 tonnes, so I'll see what I can put on that's believable. My little crane here, I've put that on in my community bits and pieces when I made that. That's the Walters crane. That's a really nice little kit. So if you're ever looking for a crane for your layout, it's got the fly jib and all that sort of stuff too, so it works like that. Inside there, the big gantry crane inside there. And coil racks and things like that in there as well. So new tools, I haven't really got any new tools or anything like that either, so this is sort of like the area I sort of hang around at. Lighting's just those ring lights. I can just move them along in bits and pieces when I need to, and change colours and all that. So any other questions there, anybody? Anything else you want to see in particular? Nothing I sort of want to ask is what's everybody's favourite YouTube channel to go to, Motoraro related. There's a few that I always watch. Like I watch everybody's, but there's a few that as soon as I see it, I'm like, yeah, I want to be. Well, that's the most inspirational. That's what I want to aim for. Because everybody's got different ideas and stuff like that, but everybody's got their their favourites and bits and pieces. So what's everybody's favourite YouTube channel? not to offend anybody or anything like that. These it's just like a, because there's been ones that I've been watching ever since way back when was NS Modeler 24. I watched him heaps of times. NS Modeler 24, yeah. Monster Railroad, if you guys remember him. The El Mayo guy that did all the weathering. That was good. There's this ones that you always stick with and you go back to. There's some that have left as well. There was one that I used to watch quite a bit. It was called Chessie Fan 2. I'm not too sure where he's gone, but he was really good. Really enjoyed every one of his videos. Obviously Central Jersey Conrail and N-Scale. It was good. I liked that for the operations and getting ideas for the operations and things like that. But yeah, no, it's just interesting to work out. You know, you get different ideas from. I don't think there's a video that I haven't watched that I haven't got an idea from. So yeah. Another one I used to watch quite a bit, or still watch it, is the guy that does all the reviews. I think it was James Wright. I used to watch him quite a bit. Bits and pieces, all the new stuff and bits and pieces that will cost a fortune to get to New Zealand. But that's all good. And also all the live streams. Like there's all the good, like you got Dwight. I always Dwight, the Curly Express. You got Boxcar Jerry, you got JJ, you got all these live streams, so I just try and get on there as many as I can, even if I just say hello. Just to, you know, see what everybody else is up to. Because I am sort of like a lone wolf here in New Zealand. Well, in my area. I did have contact with another modeler, but I've sort of lost contact with him, so that's neither, you know, it's not going to get too wound up about that, but you know, it just comes and goes. You know, people got different busy schedules and stuff. Yeah, and Dan. Yeah, I forgot about Dan. I actually didn't forget about Dan. I was going to leave the best to last, I should have said. Dan's my railway journey. Oh, Central Otago Railway, that's a good one as well. A lot of, even though I'm model American, obviously, a lot of the English stuff I like watching as well. Hi, Mystic, how are you? Yeah, like there's some really good English layouts, and it's just like I've sort of got a plan for this layout, and it's sort of trying to get it as simplest as possible. I've got a couple of ideas. I don't go too overboard with lighting, or well, I don't do lighting, or like figures and things like that. So I'm just trying to think of other YouTubers. But and obviously, you know, one of my favourites right up there would be the HO Scale Everson subdivision, the Daryl Cruz one. I watched him ever since he was doing N-Scale. Then watched him build his HO layout and stuff like that. You know, that's an incredible layout. Yeah, Daylight Dave. Yeah. I really enjoyed his layout too. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, he passed away. Fortunately. Now I've let Morty back in. Are you going to control yourself? Or are we going to have to take other means? So when it comes to locomotives, what's everybody's favourite locomotive? Like, I don't really have a favourite. Like I said in the live, like I said when I was operating, I've only got 4 axle stuff, GP38s and GP38s or GP40s, one of the, you know, I don't have the big 6 axle stuff, so I mean, it just looks silly on here anyway, and it would just take up too much space. But yeah, like I remember when I was younger, getting into model railroading. You know, the big boy was the pinnacle of locomotives and stuff like that. But, I can't imagine me having a big boy on this layout. Some unknown for some reason. Hey Morty. Now we'll just have a look at the... Yes. You. Full of carnage. He's going to tell me later on he's famous because he's been on live streams now. Cheers, thanks, Mystic. Yeah, I like yeah, I do like scratchboarding. It's really scratchboarding and kit bashing. Like, let's have a look what I can grab here. See, this here is all scratch built. It's one of the hoppers for AIM sand and gravel. So, scratch built the bin, scratch built the bearing housing. That's how they attach into the base of the layout. So that's, then I just painted and weathered that up a little bit. But yeah, I love doing scratch. Oh, another thing to scratch build are the Lego blocks, all the concrete block walls that you sort of see around the interlocking blocks. So I scratch built those. Cut every single little one of those out individually and glued them on. Same sort of thing. Spigot, that's all going to be weathered and painted up. So what I do with I prime it with the Tamiya primer, then I'll come back along with some black, and I'll go through all the joins and stuff, airbrush the black in there, then I'll come back along without cleaning my airbrush out, and I'll lighten up some of the blocks and darken up some of the blocks, sort of give it a base layer, then I'll come back along with the wet on wet technique, and make it look like, I'll get one of them here, make it look like concrete. Well, you know, give it a little bit of a thing, so. But yeah, there's various other things I've scratchboard on here. Where else have we got? We've got some of these. We'll try and pick them up without breaking it. That's all. These are all. I'll put it down on the ground there. That's all scratch built. All the whatchamacallits, the wood racks. They're all scratch built. But yeah, I enjoy it. It's good fun. My wood is little bits of balsa, and then stick together. That's the same thing that's in those packaging as well. So that's that. All my pallets are 3D printed. So I just noticed that it has fallen off there. Someone's been playing around on the forklift. But yeah. And when I was saying like kit bashing and stuff like that, I'll bring this over as well. See, so this is kit bash. So this is the Walther's aggregate bin. And it's this Forescape. A Forescape that's the modern fire escape that I attached to it. Had to get all the angles and all that sort of stuff right to get it up to the top there. So that was a bit of measuring and bits and pieces doing that. And then the top bit here made a receiving bin for the hopper, so that was more angles and stuff to get it into there, and I just sort of airbrushed the top. Not completely happy with how I like the roof, but I'll come back along and give it a good old weather up. That's sort of like a kit bashing system view there. But, yeah, once you get into it, you're away laughing. I used really thin styrene. It's all styrene now, that one, Mystic. And same with, inside I've got pallet racks and all sorts of stuff inside, but it's just a little bit difficult to get in there and get all the bits and pieces out. But I'll show you some little, I've got some little pallets. I mean, you know, this is extreme close up, but yeah, just paint them up different colours, blue, red, browns. You'll see a few stacked up in there. Knocked over by the tornado that was Morty before. That's alright, not too worried about that. And then, yeah, like I said, all this sort of stuff can come off. There's been photos and bits and pieces on how I weathered that and made it look all nice and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, like I said, I'm not the greatest at doing that, but you know, you got to give it a try. If you don't give it a try, you never know. Hi Monzel, how are you? What else can we show you? If you're getting sick of this view, let me know and I'll try and find a better view. Something else. Oh, actually, the tornado's coming again. We'll move over here. This is one thing that possibly is not seen that often. Is this oh, see, like this is the problem with having stuff that can just come on and off. So that's all weathered up in there. That's been modified too. That was the first kit I did. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit warmer. It's into the double digits, so it's starting to get a bit warmer now. The cement silo there, that's part of the kit, the Blue Star Ready Mix, but I put the etched Walther's ladder on the outside there. Just add a little bit of extra variety to it. Oh, that building there, that's completely scratchable. That one there, we'll move our little wings out of the road. Morty, we're not doing that. So that's completely scratchable. I mean, that's pretty basic sort of stuff, but it's also you got all the vents and stuff. That's just styrene right angle. I think it's 1.2, 1.5, just laid flat, and it looks like vents. See? Yep, I'll show you how to do that then. Rightio. We'll get the tornado out. Right, tornado's gone. Rightio. At this end here, Dan, we've got an end board. So that just pops off. You got two dowels, which correspond with two dowels on there. So that just lines up. They all bolt together. So I'll try and and then you've got a stand fits into a hole at the base of the said module. So I'll grab that where. So you sort of see the hole at the bottom there, the base. So it's as simple as matching up with the hole on the post there. And then moving it forward a bit to get to your area. And then align your dowel holes with your holes of your module. Slide it on like that. So now we've slid the module on. We've got the bit of the wood in the hole. Next thing we want to do is clamp it on. I'll put you on here. That's not a bad view, that one there actually. So I'll grab just a clamp like that, and then just clamp it just for extra security, like that. Then grab some pliers, and then it's just a matter of lining up your tracks and chucking your fish plates on. Sometimes it can be like real easy, sometimes it'll be a pain in the behind, but yeah, I've just made them so they're nice and loose, but not too loose, because I don't have any droppers or anything. And then you just slide them on, like so. That's right, I made that so it doesn't come out. So yeah, that's how that works. So it's thanks Monswell. So that's how I get all the power to the layout and stuff as well. Because same with the camera movement. Same with over here. Same with over here. If you look in there, you can see the rail joiners. Same system, clamped up. So that section take off there. This section is actually sitting on a piano stand. Same setup over here too, Dan. Same, slide off those. Those ones there don't have rail joiners. That side doesn't. Same system. Clamp it. And your spigot. So if you have to take that, if you have to take it off, all you essentially got to do is take the two wagons off the truck, the trailers off, unclip that, the clamp, take it off, slide that out, and it will come out and move the light. So everything can be taken down and moved and put away. But that's how I attach the, because it only got, I would be able to take it to shows, Monswell. Yeah, I definitely would be able to take it to a show. There's nothing stopping me taking it to a show, but I'll put you in the corner over here because I've never really, so you can sort of see the areas and the bits and pieces. But yeah, that's as simple as it is, and it's just because I don't like wiring and things like that, so it's got one set of feeders into the layout, and then everything else is just rail joiners. And you guys saw before when I was operating it, it's still smooth and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'll move you forward so you don't get the door handle in there. But yeah, I tried to get the track looking really, as good as possible right from the very start. So you can sort of, and down the end there, you can see the buildings that I sort of use, as in, I use, I think it's the car shops or something like that, made it all one big building. for a vaccine building. That's Walther's Bud's Trucking, I think it is. I got that in Perth when I was seeing my brother. The building at the very end over here is the steel supply. Now that's a Pike Stuff engine kit, engine house kit. Pretty sure, yeah. But I have modified it. This bit here, the concrete tilt panels, all the way around. This bit here, these windows here, are actually off that kit, for the roof part of that kit. So you can see here the angle, this the gutter looking bit, that is supposed to go up there on the original kit. You sort of get what I mean? So to get the height of the gantry crane inside there, just tilt slabbed and use the windows inside there. And actually inside the building there, I'll show you inside here, the building lid comes off. The building lid comes off the one way, and you've got the crane in there with the coils. The crane with the coils and the coil racks and all the bits and bobs in there as well. And it's got glass and all that sort of stuff in there as well. That's that area there. So the coils are sitting on the coil rack. The holder there, that's all scratch built. Stuff like that. So yeah, just chuck the roof back on. But yeah, getting back to sort of Monsville, yeah, it could be taken to shows in bits and pieces, and also I can take sections if I wanted to and just make a staging yard. Just another building. That building there was originally off the Blue Star Ready Mix, and then I put a little door on the side there, so eventually when I do the interior of it, I can make it look like there's a door actually going into the factory. But as you can sort of tell, I don't really move things that often. So that's how I've drawn the back scenes up. So we're on talking about buildings. This here, this is another Pike Stuff kit. Not too sure what it is, but it has got a centre door in there as well. So that bit there is part of the kit. That bit there is part of the kit. This bit here is part of the kit as well. So this is the opposite end to that. And I've just raised that up with some tilt slabs in there to put the door in for the people to come out and up the rack. Scratch build that little area in there with a vent so people can get in there. That's just one of those Walther's tank racks. And that building there. Everything's movable. It's like that. This here is the commissionary building. So I just did that with the graffiti patched over like you see sometimes. A little abandoned spur there. Just modified a bit, put some tetchy fire escapes up the side there. Put a little glass. How many shows? Only 2 shows, Monsville. Oh no, 3 actually. I've got Invercargill, Dunedin, and you got Christchurch. And I think, yeah, there might be one. There's one in Timaru, but I think that's all that we have so far. So we come along. We've got the graffiti at the back there. That's the knock cardboard graffiti embossed stuff. So we'll push them back. And here we've got a more die-cast masters loaders and things. Expensive models, but and I've got the agitator truck in there. If I can get him out. If I can get him out. Doesn't want to come out. So yeah, he's stuck in there. Well, he's not stuck in there, but you know. There, got the little washdown pad. They can come out. So I'm going to detail it a bit more. That concrete area in there is actually just cork. fix all that up. Over here, the unloading area. Mind the shadows. Unloading area, that's an etched little bit of brass in there. Same with that. So sort of know, you can sort of dump all your stuff in there. Your sand and your egg. And obviously your cement silo there that I was talking about before. We've got this building here. It was a building that I was using, but I decided I'd just make it abandoned because the way that I've set up and the space I've got to unload for this industry, I don't really have enough space to put a box car there without fouling the point. So this is just like an off spot area, and we're going back to that sort of Dan how I was saying that that track there isn't completely lined up, but it doesn't affect it at all. And that's just like an off spot, like I was saying. Oh, just ran on my little derailleur there. Which are just like little U-channel bits of styrene. There's little U-channel bits of styrene with a rod diagonally across it. So they do tend to work reasonably good when you get them on the track. Yeah, and then if you push your wagon along, yeah. And here we got a little puddle there. I've shown how to make those little puddles before. I've got obviously a truck, container trailer, 3D printed Jersey barrier. We've got another trailer over the back there. I've got Lorna Foods. That's obviously been modified to fit in the area that we have now. This bit here, it is all screwed on. So if I put your, whoa, if I put you back down here, you can sort of see the areas, see along the back there, you've got the rods. Well, that's just got screws on the back, so I can just, high randle, I can just screw it on and unscrew it off the back seat if I ever needed to work on, because that's one big long bit of one big long building, and you can sort of see the area there. And like I was saying in the live stream earlier, I'll probably put a back seat in here very similar to what I did over there, just to hide it a bit. But you can sort of see it's quite a reasonably large layout. So you got this area here, then you got the shadow box sort of Main Street yard, then you got my workbench and storage area and lighting and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I won't be on for too much longer, Scott, but I'll call you later. Just let me know before you call call me. See if I'm still here. But that's basically the layout in a nutshell. So you can sort of see it provides hours of entertainment. All the wagons and stuff are in those boxes there. So yeah, it's yeah, as you can sort of see, as I was saying at the start of the live stream, this area here was sort of just the layout, and then I added the central the bit on the end there, and then obviously I got carried away around the corner here. So as you can sort of see, I can't really go too much further with it now. So that's that. So we'll start taking down this. So I hope that answered your question, Dan, about the join the modules up. So I'll show you how. that is the reason why I got that. Imagine the views I would have got if they had all come off there. Although it would have been funny for you, it wouldn't be very funny for me. So that's that. So thanks everybody for watching. Yeah, lucky I did catch those actually. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody coming to see the live stream. Right from the very start with Morty jumping up and knocking things off. But like I said earlier on, it's just I let him come in here. And sort of I don't tell him off too much, because to me it's sort of pets and stuff are more important than my little models. So, but yeah, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Go see everybody else's channel that participated today on the live stream. Say hello, check out what they're up to. Like I was saying before, there's a lot of good modelers out there, and you just got to look around, and there's a lot of good ideas. And thanks Dan for putting sort of like the shout out for me as well. I hope hope he's enjoyed it, and hope people that have learnt something today. I certainly have. So we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, and remember just to keep modelling, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks everyone.